Now, if you will remember, last time I was talking to you, I said I wanted to talk to you about 3 different things. One was about fire sprinklers, one happened to do with HOA things, and one happened to do with handicap issues. And before, if you've been watching my videos, you'll have seen that I've already talked about HOA issues, possible issues or not, and fire sprinkler issues or not. Okay, let's talk about, I've got my cheat sheet here. Let's talk about handicap issues. Well, why am I talking about handicap issues? Well, you know, when you build a house, do most people have to do anything about handicap? Is there any regulations about making sure the house is built for handicap people and stuff like that? No, there's not. But what I'm saying is you might want to think about doing some things different in your house to make it more less challenging for a handicapped person, let's say, down the road. It could be you even. Hey, nobody's getting any younger, right? You build this house and 5 years from now, you find out you're having a hard time getting up and down off the toilet. You wish you had some grab bars. You wish this. You wish you could just ride or not have to step over a little area at your shower entrance or something like that. Okay? So if you're building a house from scratch, why not think about those types of things now? You know, obviously we can see at this is where the entrance is going to be to the house, and they'll probably have, my guess is they'll have some stairs going down, maybe a flat area, maybe from here to there, flat, and then some steps, a couple steps or something. I don't know. But if you had the chance, maybe they could fill this in properly so that you could come up on a sidewalk entrance, and the threshold is low enough to where you can just go straight in your doors. It could be a double door, it could be a single wider door or something like that, and maybe it can already be handicap accessible, you know, from your driveway or whatever. Now, you could, okay, and let's see in the garage area. Obviously, you see how the floor is. When you pull in here, he's going to have an area off to the side somewhere, and I'm not sure exactly where now, because there should be an entrance from the garage going up to the house. So he'll probably have some stairs here. I was talking to the plumber before, and they're going to be 2 big, huge tankless water heaters on the wall here. I was asking him the other day about a utility sink. I don't really think this is for a utility sink, but I'm not quite sure what that's for. He's got it stubbed out in the garage. I don't think he would want a sink right there. That's got to be for something else, because this is only a single car garage entrance. At this point, you got to have enough room to pull the car in to then get out to go up some stairs or something. That's I'm going to be kind of interested and curious to see how they do that. But if your garage was low enough, you could plan on having a handicap entrance from the garage coming into your house, possibly. At this point, that's not really possible in this particular garage. Okay. So you're probably out of luck for that. If you design something, you could have a ramp in your garage. If you had something like this, relocate your air conditioning and your tankless water heaters inside a storage room or something like that in the house. We've got a big, huge storage room. We got the water heater in there. We've got 2 air conditioners. Heating air conditioners in there. We don't have air conditioners or water heater in the garage. If they didn't have that, you could have a ramp going up the side there into an entrance door, but not here. But that's not as much of an issue as the rest of the stuff in the house. Now, did you know a few things you could do, like in your bathrooms, your toilets, they have handicap height toilets, which are, you know, 2 to 4 inches, maybe taller than a regular toilet. How about putting those in your bathrooms? Because eventually you're going to be glad that they're up a little bit higher. It's not that much higher. You can still get up and off them, even if you're not handicapped right now. But down the road you could be, or down the road you decide to sell this house, and then you can advertise it as handicap accessible, or handicap user friendly inside the house once you get inside the house or something, let's say. Okay, one thing could be your toilets. What else could you do? You could put grab bar backing in your walls next to your toilets, so that maybe you decide, I don't want to install any grab bars right now, but wouldn't it be nice if you put grab bar backing inside the wall? It wouldn't cost you very much to do that before you installed the drywall. Okay. And then what about your shower? Lots of times people nowadays have showers where you don't have to step over a ledge to go into the shower. Some nowadays you just walk right in. And maybe it's something that you want, not necessarily for handicap, but hey, it's already set up for handicap. Or if you're not doing a shower like that, why don't you think about doing a shower like that? Maybe in 2 different showers. So you can just go right in to the shower with a wheelchair, or walking in with a walker or something like that. And with that, you know, you could figure out where to put grab bars in there, and instead of putting them, you could put the grab bar backing in still, have it all set up for it. You could have the shower, you could have a shower handle on a slide for later on for handicap. You could do something different for the water valve, where you turn the water valve and it's preset so it won't burn anybody. You could do that. What else could you do in the house? Let me look at my sheet here. Yeah, let's see. Your plugs, your electrical outlets, and your wall switches. Maybe you raise your electrical outlets a little bit higher so that you can reach them easier. If you're in a wheelchair, or if you're bent down and you don't have to bend down as far, maybe there's something that you can raise those up. Maybe the light switches can be lowered slightly. Now, they already have some rules for that, so you have to check on that. Maybe you can't do anything on that, but if you can, maybe you can do something different with that. And then one of the let's see, for ceiling fans, if you got ceiling fans in here, get the ones with the handheld remotes. Now, most brand new ceiling fans come with handheld remotes, and then you can take a little plastic holder and you can screw it on the wall, and then you just pop the handheld remote out of that, and then you can control your ceiling fan, high, medium, low, off. If you have a light kit on there, you can dim it. You can reverse the direction of your ceiling fan with your handheld remote. That would be nice, right? What's the other main thing? Can you think of what a main thing you could do? Well, on your interior doors. Now, years ago, I used to do commercial tenant improvements, and I used to do different things. When I first started in residential, we had to remodel somebody's house and put a handicap ramp up there, change door widths and all that kind of stuff, so that it's easier accessible to get in and out with a wheelchair through door openings and stuff. Most standard door widths for bathrooms are 2, 6, 6, 8, and what that means is 2 feet 6 inches wide, 6 foot 8 inches tall. Now, 2 feet 6 inches wide is what? That's 30 inches wide. Go measure just for kicks. Go to your bathroom door, measure it, and see if it's 30 inches wide, because that's what most bathroom standard doors are. Okay, most standard bedroom doors are 2 foot 8 inches wide, meaning 2 inches more. So that would be 32 inches. Okay, you know, if for a wheelchair accessible, most wheelchairs, not those real little tiny skinny ones to fit through a 2'8" door. But the handicap code says, I believe it's still the same, is you need 34 inches clearance for your door openings. You would think, okay, just put it in a 2 foot 10-inch wide door, a 210 6/8 door, which would be, that's 24 inches plus 10 inches. That's 34 inches. Yeah, let's just put that in the bedrooms and the bathrooms. Well, you can't do that because you need 34 inches clearance. When the door opens, you have to remember, when the door opens 90 degrees, your door sticks out just a hair. And then also, even if it didn't stick out a little bit, you've got your door stop on your door. It's 3/8 over here, 3/8 over there. That's 3/4 of an inch. Now you've encroached into your 34 inch clearance. So you would have to have a 3 foot wide door to your bedrooms. Could you not do that now? If it wasn't that big of a deal, yeah, you probably could. You could put 3 foot wide doors for your bedrooms. You could do that for your bathrooms too. You might have to redo your bathrooms to a certain extent, depending how big they are, to allow for the extra width of your doors to swing open, so it doesn't hit your cabinet and all that kind of stuff. So there's something that you could do. You could do all your interior doors, and your door coming in from the garage, your door, well, your front door is going to be at least 3 foot anyways. You could put a double door there if you wanted, or you could put a 3 foot 6 inches wide door on your front door if you wanted. You could put a 4 foot wide door on there if you wanted. And if you decided not to do a double door, if you decide to do a double door and you make it 5 feet, that's only 2.5 feet for your entrance door and a 2.5 foot for your inactive door, right? That's not going to really work either. So just different things to think about, because if you did that now, follow me here, if you did most of that stuff now, okay, when you got ready to sell a house, maybe it's a spec house, you can advertise it as handicap accessible. Oh man, you would be able to raise your price, and it would be easier to sell your house if you had it that way, and you had different things all set up through the house that were handicap accessible and all that kind of stuff. Different things I've mentioned, and then there's some other things that you can do for handicap on there too. You'd have to talk to an architect and figure out all the different things that you could do and get it set up. You could even put the grab bars in if you wanted. You could put motion sensors in your bathrooms when you go in, so you don't have to hit the lights. And then when you leave the bathroom, after a minute, or you have a timer on there, a sensor, and you can set it for whatever, and then the lights go off automatically. So there's different things like that you can do. Paddle handles, lever handles on your doors instead of knobs, and put the handle, instead of a paddle handle going straight and then kind of tapered down, you can flip it around the other way so it's going, and then the end of it lifts up just a little bit, and that would be handicap accessible on your doorknobs, your paddle knobs. Okay, so certain things like that you could think about now. If you didn't want to do anything, you don't have to do anything. But I'm telling you, years down the road, you might be remembering this conversation that, I probably should have thought of that. Okay? You can always change your toilets out later, but why not get them the right height now for handicap? You can always put grab bars in later, even if you don't have grab bar backing. They do make grab bars with certain fittings that you can put inside the walls. In fact, I've got some of those that I've done. I've posted them on my channel. Okay, but changing doors inside your bedroom doors to make them a little bit wider for a wheelchair access, make them a little bit easier to get through there, so you don't have to hold your mouth just right and whack your doorstop off and rub your door as you're going in with a wheelchair or something like that. You might want to think about getting 3 foot wide interior doors. Okay, you do it later, Yeah, you can always change things out later to bedrooms. It's pretty easy to do that. You've got to change things around a little bit. You might have to move your light switch over a little bit. But the bathroom doors, maybe those are going to be more challenging depending how much clearance you have between your door and your bathroom cabinet, let's say, and your hallways and stuff. Your hallways, maybe you want to extend and make your hallways a little bit wider too. I think there's an actual measurement on your hallways. Instead of having a 3-foot wide hallway, you might want to figure on a 40-inch hallway or 42-inch hallways or something like that. You know, so different things to think about for handicap accessibility. And maybe you can market, maybe you can sell your house easier down the road. Or if it's a spec house, like I said, maybe it'll be easier to sell it. Maybe it's going to be, somebody's going to be, you know, I was looking for a house like this, and yeah, it's a little bit more than my budget's worth, and they're not going to dicker with you. They're just going to buy the house because they're happy they even have it with all these handicap accessibility things that you thought of prior when you were building your house. Another day has come and gone. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. Well, it's time to go home and eat.